There is a distinction. Habitual users can still be referred for treatment.
They call him boss, boss nigga.
They rode into a white man's town.
Second City, Porto.
Why are you here today?
I came here because I came to smoke. I came to consume cocaine.
Bringing black
When I
man's
started
law.
using drugs, I was 14 years old.
He's brutal.
And when I was
He's
18,
boss.
I started.
Fred Williamson is boss nigga.
They call him boss, boss nigga.
I just swore in your new deputy. Made myself the sheriff.
Being called a nigga in public. Now that's $20 or 2 days in jail.
Wake up everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more back thinking, time for thinking ahead. World has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred.
Part legend, part devil, all man.
That's just to satisfy your curiosity.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's my pleasure to tell you that...
Sir, you are interrupting our breakfast. We never discuss business while we're eating.
Where'd you learn to talk like that?
I've been wanting to say that to somebody for 8 years. My slave master said that to me once. It sounded so pretty, I never forgot it.
We got that nigga, let's go!
I ain't leaving this town till I gets me Jed Clayton.
Fred Williamson is boss nigga. Derville Martin, his deputy.
They call him boss, they call him boss, boss nigga. He's so bad. They call him boss, they call him boss, boss nigga.
Build a new land.
Stop the lying. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
The truth ain't even. What do you say? The truth ain't in you. Even
you a lie and the truth ain't in you.
Yeah.
That's one the old folks used to say. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See That.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool. I see King Jab watching. What's good?
Hey, King Jab.
In the building, the voice of the people.
Baby.
We got a power-packed program today. We got Ask Qiana. We got Would You Rather. We got the book of the day. We also have President and CEO of the St. Jude Great Commission, CDC, Community Development Corporation. Miss Joanne Nesbitt is going to be joining us. And she's going to talk about some home ownership opportunities and some things that they're doing to help people get into homes. And so, y'all make sure y'all tap in. We can take that banner off too. We up now.
Oh, we up?
Yeah, we up. We can take we about to start. We done started.
Okay.
We done started, y'all. Let's get it started. Shout out to Don J, man. Oh, that's
hey,
that's tomorrow. That's Thursday.
Okay,
Yeah, that's the Thursday theme song and kickoff and all that good stuff. So shout out to Don J, Tony Charles, Sister Hughes. She follows us, right? Will be next up, and then after we go off the air, and make you lose your shoes. Shout out around the house. The old school flavor show with Super Dave, Legal Talk with Michelle T. Fanger. You got Haitian Radio on 99 Jams with Dr. Morency. You got DJ Iron Lion. You got Danny D, Sniper, R1, Z-Man. You got Franco Silva on the Latin side. Shout out.
Star.
You got Star.
Is her name Star? Not a
Angel. Angel's gospel show.
See, look. That's
you see the echo though. Stars.
But you know, Angel's up there with the stars.
Yeah, Angels among the stars. Yeah. Angel's gospel show. Pastor Sykes with What's That Steak?
Ray Tampa.
Yeah, the Ray Tampa podcast. Adrian West, If It Ain't One Thing, It's Another. Again, King Jab, the voice of the people, and the entire 99 Jams family. Oh, we ain't forgetting nobody. I was listening to B-Lo yesterday, too. DJ B-Lo is on Tuesdays and Thursdays now. I think he's doing maybe like 3 to 5 on Tuesdays.
What's B-Lo song? B-Lo.
Don't fall, B-Lo, don't fall. Don't fall, B-Lo, don't fall. Yeah.
And he be so crowded.
He really turned up with that. So make sure y'all check him out, man. He on Tuesdays and Thursdays on your ride home and all of that good stuff. Surefire, yeah. I think B-Lo might be in that Surefire spot.
Oh, he might have took the Surefire spot.
Maybe sharing it now. I think it's days. So I think maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is Surefire. And then Tuesday and Thursday is B-Lo. Yeah.
The point is, we're on 24 hours a day.
Yeah, 7 days a week.
Yeah, so if you always looking for some good entertainment and you're in the car, 99.1 Jams is the place to be.
That's the place you wants to be, baby.
Baby.
Make sure you tap in, y'all. Also,
good morning, Mama Blue.
Yeah, Mama Blue in the building. Pawu Bona.
Saw you Bona.
With the teeth, and the tongue and the teeth. Ohio.
Huh?
Ohio.
Ni hao.
Bom dia.
Bonjour.
Bom dia. I think that's Portuguese. Bom dia. It's almost like
bon dia.
I'm gonna say it that way, and then we'll
good morning.
Then the professor can get us together.
Oh, because he's listening.
Yeah, he can help us get it together.
Yeah. What else is so bonjour?
Buenos dias. We got buenos dias. That's
about it.
That's about as far as it goes. Abaragani.
Abaragani
is one as well. And Juwan, what's going on, man?
Hey, Juwan.
Congratulations too on all things, man. All the stuff that you're doing, Juwan. I appreciate you, man. Good looking. I had to call Juwan too, man, just to tell him. I was like, you be seeing people and I'm like, man, that's my dog.
Because
I'm proud of my boy, man.
Juwan is so quiet.
Yeah.
Right. And so you don't really know how much like he moving and shaking and really making it happen.
Moving and shaking and making
especially it for the community and the youth. Like he really be out here.
Yeah, he doing it, man.
Yeah.
He tutor. I mean, Everything. Yeah.
You know what?
All the things. Like, yeah.
He told me something that always stick with me. Like, he was the president of what? Because he's been the president of a couple of things.
He was urban. I remember he was young professionals. See, told you. Bongia.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. He got us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But then I was like, you don't want to do it no more? He was like, it's time for me to pass the torch.
Yeah.
He was like, I did it.
Yeah.
And like, he's one of them people who don't have to stay in a position forever. Like, he do what he need to do. And then he pass the torch and move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And when he passed the torch, it's still some light on the stick.
Yeah, it is. It ain't all the way burned out. You ain't gotta reeve it. You ain't gotta be creative to get it back up and popping. Yeah. No new stove you gotta buy.
No new stove. Yeah. No new stoves. Yubi, what's good, man? Thank you for tapping in. So would you rather? What's the would you rather for today?
Okay, so would you rather repeat, let me hold on because I don't want to say it wrong.
Okay.
But I have it.
Okay. Would you rather?
So would you rather be forced to live the same day over and over again for a full year, or take 3 years off the end of your life?
Live the same day over and over for 1 year.
For 1 year.
Or take 3 years off your life.
Yeah, but what if that 1 year?
That's 365 of the same day?
The same day.
Do we get to pick the day?
No.
No. I'll take the 3 years.
But no, we supposed to be so old that people supposed to ask us.
Yeah, but I mean, so instead of 120, you'd be 117.
Okay.
I mean, you can't pick the day, and you got to do that same day 365 times.
You just so you wake up.
Just that alone will probably take 3 years off your life.
Because it might be the wrong one day.
Yeah, you picked the wrong one day, and you got to. And yeah, I can't. Yeah, I take my chances with the 3 years. Because I mean, you don't know. You know when you're gonna go anyway, right? I mean, you got an idea. You do what you can and try to live right, but there's no guarantees. But
every day. So if I had,
because how do you actually know that you 3 years short?
Okay, here we go. Boo. Would you relive yesterday over?
Yesterday, nope. Nope, not every day. I wouldn't want to do yesterday every day. No, and it wasn't a bad day.
And
but
yesterday wasn't a bad day.
It just wasn't one that I would want to do over and over again.
Like I was productive, but not like, you know what I mean? So yesterday wouldn't be a day that I wanted to.
Yeah, not 364 more of those.
So what? So listeners, what would you say? You'll give up the 3?
I give up the 3 years. Yeah, because again, like if I die, they're gonna be like, oh man, he should have, he shouldn't took them 3 years, or how do you know that them 3 years was really the 3 years? Like how do you know? How you know you was 3 years short when you go? You wouldn't know anyway, right? Would you?
No. Oh, I had so much to do in them 3 years.
Right. Or you be like, oh well, the day is the day, and man, if I wish I would have chose different, because I got 3 more years worth of stuff to do.
This is the last year. Now you about to get the pot of gold you've been waiting for.
Well,
and then you croak right before it.
It wasn't meant for me to have it. It wasn't meant for me to have it. It just wasn't meant for me to have it.
I don't know. So that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take away the 3 years.
Okay.
But
you wouldn't repeat.
I don't think I want to repeat.
And again, you can't choose which day you repeat.
Yeah, if you could choose the day that you repeat, but then what day would repeat?
I still wouldn't want to do that 364 times.
Oh, wake up. Oh, here we go again.
So here's the gag then. Live every day.
Like it's your last?
Like it's a day that you would be willing to repeat.
Oh, I like that.
How about that?
Okay.
Just live every day. Like, okay, if I had to repeat a day today, if I had to repeat the day every day for a year, then I'm gonna make the best of it so that it'll be like a phenomenal day.
But then you know why that's gonna be time, because that means you're trying to get a whole bunch of good stuff in.
Yeah.
And just think how
how crazy and chaotic, because you can't really like plan the perfect day to repeat for 365
And
times.
do you want to repeat anything for 365 days every day?
Some stuff.
I mean, I brush my teeth every day.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just, yeah.
You know what I mean? But
how long does that take? And that wouldn't, you wouldn't fill up a whole day with that.
But I'm just saying,
you have to really fill a whole day with things
and
that
then
you would
I'm
be
thinking,
willing to do over and over.
Yesterday was Taco Tuesday, so I made tacos. Would I want to eat tacos
every day
for a whole year?
No. I take my chances with the 3 years on the back end. Let us know what y'all think, y'all. Would you rather repeat the same day over and over for 1 year, or take 3 years off of your life?
At the end of your life.
At the end of your life. 3 days off the end, off the back end.
Yeah.
Okay.
And congratulations to Tony.
Yeah, T Brown, man.
Yeah, he doing it.
He doing it for real, man.
He really, like I seen the post.
Barber instructor, yep.
An author.
Yep.
He
book club is swinging, getting lots of support. So helping change lives of people, man. That's what it's all about. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to everybody that's doing something positive, man, making an impact.
And if you don't know, with his class because he's instructor at PTech.
Okay.
And he has 20 spots open for this first class that's in September, free.
Okay.
For hold on. It is for what is it? Hold on, because it's technology based.
Okay. The code box.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's doing code box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There we go.
Good morning, Tweet. Good to see you. Thank you for tapping in. Tag a few friends. Let them know we here.
Mm-hmm.
So when we do community events, we'll come back and
we'll come back to it. But it was just something I just wanted to make sure we had boop, boop, boop.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, because he's doing his thing. So this week in history, and today in history, there's a couple things significant. So on the morning of August 23rd, 1968, a group of Black soldiers at Fort Hood, Texas, staged one of the largest acts of civil disobedience ever recorded among members of the United States military. Adopting the nonviolent tactics of the civil rights movement, the soldiers staged a sit-in to protest their impending deployment to Chicago to defend the Democratic National Convention from protesters. So there was like this national, the DNC was having a national convention, and there was a bunch of protests going on. It was kind of in that wake of the assassination of Dr. King and Senator Bobby Kennedy. And Bobby Kennedy was actually seeking the Democratic nomination. And so as the protesters headed to Chicago to demand aggressive action on civil rights and an anti-war plank in the Democratic Party's platform, law enforcement geared up for what would turn out to be a brutal crackdown. The convention had not yet begun when the troops at Fort Hood received word that they would be deployed to Chicago. The night before they were slated to ship out, 60 black soldiers sat down at an intersection on the ground of the fort and began their sit-in. The people we're supposed to control, the rioters, are probably our own race, one of them reportedly said. We shouldn't have to go out there and do wrong to our own people, others stated. And one of them, they said others stated that they had served honorably and done everything the Army had asked, but they drew the line at treating their fellow citizens as, quote, hostiles. Military leaders and staff spoke with the protesters early the following morning, after which 17 soldiers left the protest. The remaining 43 were eventually detained, with most being court-martialed, demoted, and even sentenced to hard labor for refusing to leave the sit-in. The protest of the Fort Hood 43 remains one of the largest acts of civil disobedience ever conducted by members of the American military, although it was overshadowed by the chaotic Chicago convention that they refused to actually go and police. What you think? Shout out to them.
Yeah.
The Fort Hood 43.
Yeah. I like when they ready.
They was like, yo, we done been all over the world and did all of this stuff, and now you want us to come home and like police our own people who got legitimate beefs? We ain't doing that.
Like I say, I like when you're ready.
Yeah.
Like no, especially when you're standing up to to stuff that's wrong. Because a lot of times people just go with it. Like they said, we got to do it. Like you hear, be like, man, I don't really want to do this, but
we just following instructions.
Yeah, but my boss told me, like, man, like just go in your house, like, man, just go in your house. I don't want to do this. For them to be like, nah, this stupid.
Nope.
Nah.
Nope.
Nah, if you want to do it yourself.
Yeah, they sat in and didn't go. So yeah, shout out to the Fort Hood 43, and that was on today in 1968.
So since we're talking about sit-ins and people bucking the system, kinda, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Sunrunner.
We're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Let's do this last. We're gonna do this last this week in history, but we're gonna talk about the Sunrunner.
Okay.
We gotta talk about the Sunrunner.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about the Sunrunner. Also on August 23rd, 2021. Recent history. What you think happened? Just think about 2021. What was going on? Any idea? Okay. The Food and Drug Administration fully approved the Pfizer and biotech COVID-19 vaccine.
I should have known that one.
For people aged 16 and older, following the manufacturing review and analysis of the company's expanded clinical trial, which included approximately 44,000 participants, and found that the vaccine was 91% effective. You see my air quotes, 91% effective in preventing COVID-19. So the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine was the first COVID-19 vaccination to receive full review and approval from the U.S. regulatory agency, the FDA. It also approved the vaccine for children ages 5 to 11 in October of 2021.
Pfizer was the one shot or the two?
I think that was the one.
Because they
Johnson & Johnson might have been the two.
No, Johnson & Johnson was the one. Pfizer was the two.
Pfizer, okay, yeah, that's right. Everybody was two except for one of them.
But they were already giving shots prior to this.
This was just at the approval. And so they said previously in December 2020, Pfizer, the vaccine was granted emergency use authorization by the FDA.
Okay.
And then the authorization involved a review of safety data of over 37,000 participants. But then the final approval came on August 23rd, 2021, and they were allowed to, really push it out en masse with full FDA approval. But that was actually 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And now you see the aftermath.
You do. I was reading something about long COVID and people who still, like have side effects of it. COVID's still real.
People are testing.
I had a scare. I had a scare where I met with somebody a couple of weeks ago. And then after I met with them, they sent me an email saying that they had, COVID. They had been they tested positive for COVID, and they were just giving me a heads up. And so I was kind of in like I've been exposed space. but I was able to dodge a bullet, man. I thank God I have not had COVID-19.
Me neither. They say knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood.
I haven't had
Jesus, hallelujah,
not that I know of. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I think I had it before they knew what it was.
And I mean, you might have had it while they knew what it was, but you might have didn't have the symptoms.
No, like my household had it, like in November, December 2019.
A lot of people, but when they were just calling,
they was real sick. They was real sick. But they called it when my grandson at the time, he was the baby boy then. We got another one since then. But he went to the doctor because he was like sick. Like everybody was sick. But he was like sick. So he went to the doctor, and then the difference, right?
Yeah, totally. I got it.
You got it. And they said he had an upper respiratory infection, is what they called it. So, and then later on, when they started talking about all of the symptoms and everything, it was like my wife and all the grandchildren and my baby girl all had those same symptoms. And so we've been saying like we had it before they knew what it was.
I know a lot of people who, but
yeah. And we survived by God's grace, man.
Yeah, but it was a lot. Yeah.
I see some tweet getting her tag on. I appreciate you. Get your tag on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got Shala tagged. I see Tay +2. Kiss been tagged. Qiana.
Sharonda. She
tagged Sharonda. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Sharonda is our resident tagger.
Yeah.
And
she came in there and said, ding, 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 ding,
boom,
ding,
boom,
ding,
bam,
ding.
bam. That's what's up. So yeah, so that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I just,
Yeah.
That was a harsh time for us.
It was tough.
It was really tough. And then we kind of took a stance.
Yeah.
And people didn't like it.
Nope.
But we kept
some people did, but a lot of people didn't. Yeah.
But we never told people not to do it.
Yeah.
We just said, like, this is kind of where we stand.
Where we stand and what we ain't gonna do.
But we did participate. We was out there.
Yeah.
We did
we helped try and mitigate the impact of it.
There was free dinners that was given out with masks.
Yeah, we was delivering food and masks and supplies and COVID kits, what we was calling them, like with the hand sanitizer and all of the different things.
Dropping off food at people's houses.
Yeah,
when they had it. A matter of fact,
I remember making phone calls to people, just making sure that they was all right. I did a lot of wellness checks on like in the neighborhood and just calling through our phone list and reaching out to people. And during that time, because it was isolation, and so while people were isolated and in their homes, I was just making calls, doing wellness checks, and just had phone conversations with people. Like they ain't want nothing, and they was good. It was just like they just needed somebody to talk to.
My brother was had COVID at that time.
Wow, yeah, that's tough. King Jab chimed in. He said, "We saved our community. Everybody else hid in the house." I would unite with that. There was a lot of people that
a lot of people. Yeah, it was a lot of people that hid.
Yeah,
it was a lot of people that hid.
Home. Yeah, but
and then it was.
But see, that didn't stop, man. See, that really stepped up big, and so shout out to the See That Street teams, and then the blueprint that we created,
and Eight Kings, and you know what I mean, like
that blueprint that we created as a part of that movement has spawned a lot of initiatives that we starting to see now. Like that community support hubs, the things that they're doing now. That was an outgrowth of some of the work we did during COVID. What else? I need to make a list so that we can really run it down. I think I'll do that on Friday. I'm gonna talk about the stuff that we did during the pandemic that led to other initiatives that are in place right now, funding opportunities, different type of programs, different type of initiatives. We did the resiliency hubs. We did the Wi-Fi, bringing Wi-Fi to the community because when schools were out, people the students had to be at home, and we were realizing a lot of people didn't have Wi-Fi, didn't have computers, and so we did.
Them kids was at home.
Yeah, that was another part of it. That was another part of it, So so it's a lot. And I got a book of the day.
Okay, go ahead.
Get into the headlines. So the book of the day, you got the shout. Not really. Want me to do it?
Oh,
the book of the day. Today's book of the day segment.
Okay, go ahead.
Is being brought to you by the Barbershop Book Club. The Barbershop Book Club helps to motivate kids by offering a free cut and a free book to those who read it aloud while getting their hair cut. Follow Central Station Barbershop on Facebook to learn more about the initiative or to donate culturally relevant books. Today's book of the day, we figured this would be appropriate, being that this is the second year anniversary of the Pfizer vaccine. Medical Apartheid. You ready? Medical Apartheid, the dark history of medical experimentation on Black Americans from colonial times to present by Harriet Washington is the book of the day. The book actually exposes the troubling history of medical exploitation and experimentation on Black Americans. Some of the things that it talks about in the book, it highlights how Black individuals have been subjected to unethical medical experiments throughout history from colonial times to present. Slaves were often used as subjects for medical experimentation without their consent. The book also delves into eugenics, the eugenics movement, and the ways in which the pseudoscientific theories were used to justify the mistreatment of Black people. These racist beliefs perpetuated unequal medical treatment and experimentation. They also highlight the Tuskegee syphilis study, which was another example that they used in the book. They also talk about numerous instances where procedures and experiments were performed on Black people without their consent, including forced sterilizations and testing of experimental drugs. The medical industry and institutions, pharmaceutical companies have often profited from exploiting Black patients for medical experimentation purposes. And have to have had a certain amount of money before they'll give you a certain amount of money. So if you never had $50,000, they won't give you a grant for $50,000 because you never had $50,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, is this like a chicken or the egg type question?
Yeah, which comes first?
Yeah, like how do you actually get the support that you need and be able to do what you want to do for the community if you never get that shot? And so this is one of those opportunities. Like I said, it's one of the easier ones to get, and the barrier to entry is very low. You just have to make sure that it's in line with the programming that they're offering, and yeah, take advantage. But it's the St. Pete Forfeiture Fund grant, and it's available between now. I'm gonna say the 25th because that's the earlier date.
Okay.
I don't want to say.
So you got a couple of more days.
Yeah, you got a couple of more.
Couple of.
Yeah, we from here for real.
A couple of more.
You got a couple of more days.
But if you're listening and you're not from here, but this should be a St. Pete grant, you have a couple more days.
Yeah, you do.
To go ahead.
Literally a couple more too, because the 25th is the last day. So yeah, no, that's right.
Friday.
To be clear, to be crystal clear.
This Friday.
Yeah. All right, so listen, y'all. Yeah, again, you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, the new 99 Jams morning show right here on 99.1 WUJM. And as a community-owned public media resource, we rely on the support of listeners like you to keep the shows that you love on the air, to keep the doors open, and to continue to put out quality programming in the Tampa Bay area. If you'd like to support the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club or 99.1, you can do so by going to 99jamstheberg.com. And what we're going to do is take a real quick break, and then we'll be back. We're going to get to the conversation with President and CEO, Miss Joanne Nesbitt of the St. Jude Great Commission CDC. Talk about these home ownership and the stuff that they doing over there. Some amazing work. Yeah.
Look, and their house is nice.
Oh my God.
That house is nice.
Ooh, for real. Like I done synced them. They real nice. They doing people right, man. They not doing these shotgun homes and what they call them when they come in a box and they just put them together and assemble them.
The container homes.
Yeah, that and another one. It's another one, like trailer homes almost.
Oh, okay.
They just put one down the street for me.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yep, it's like two sections. They come on two trucks. They just boom, boom, put them together. That ain't what.
And you won't make that ain't what they doing because it huff puff and blow your house down.
Oh man,
but that's not happening with this. All right, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yep.
7 minutes after the hour.
We'll be right back.
We might be back sooner than that, but
stick around.
Tag a friend. Tell them we back up.
Right on. We'll be right back.
When Foxy Brown comes to town, all the brothers gather round, 'cause she can really shake 'em down.
Foxy lady.
Pam Grier, that one chick hit squad who creamed you as coffee, is back to do a job on the mob as Foxy Brown.
You tell me who you want done, and I'll do the hell out of it.
A chick with drive who don't take no jive.
Woman, she's crazy. There's no telling what she'll do.
She's sweet brown sugar with a touch of spice.
If you see a man anywhere, send him in, because I do need a man.
And murder if you don't treat her nice.
Sounds like a public menace.
Sure do.
Foxy's got guts. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I better warn you, I got a black belt in karate. And I got my black belt in bar stools.
She won't budge when she carries a grudge.
I want justice for all of them, whose lives are bought and sold, so that a few big shots can climb up on their backs.
Sister, I think what you're asking for is revenge.
So there ain't no hope for dudes who deal dope.
I swear, baby, I don't know what you're talking about.
We're gonna kill ourselves a couple of niggas.
Have no fear. Pam Grier is here as Foxy. Foxy Brown.
Ta-da.
And just like that,
we're back. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So the technical difficulties really difficulting right now.
Yeah.
But we back. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka CDAT.
CDAT.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool.
Cause smart
is
the new
gangsta.
Baby.
You better ask somebody. And if you don't know,
and
now you know. Now you know. That's what I'm talking about. Expand your gangster, y'all. Again, you're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club on 99.1 FM. You can also download the TuneIn radio app. So, like, if you need to leave your computer or you need to turn your phone off and you can't watch the video, tune in radio app.
So you know how, because this is a St. Pete station, right?
Yes.
My auntie was listening, so she probably have the TuneIn app.
Okay.
All the way out there in Seminole.
Oh, yeah, you need it out there.
So, but I'm just saying, it reached out there. I'm like, okay, woo.
Yeah. Because I remember driving and I get like Tyrone and we start getting a little fuzzy out there.
I done been all the way to like Clearwater, like and I you know what I mean?
So but if you want to avoid all of that, use the TuneIn radio app. Just download the app and then look for WUJM-LP, and then you'll be able to see it. And then also 99jamstheberg.com. You can listen live there. My wife usually listen on the internet too, so she like to hear it crystal clear.
Yeah, and then you can always replay us on Facebook. We're on YouTube.
Yep.
Right. So there's a couple of different platforms out there. We out here.
We out here in these streets.
Yeah, we is.
Yeah, for real. These St. Pete streets. So we got our guest in the building with us this morning, and we are so happy to have you here, Miss Joanne. Thank you for coming to talk about the St. Jude Great Commission CDC.
All right. How
are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I count it a joy to be here.
Yeah.
See my baby over there.
Okay, y'all know each other.
Yeah, that's my other mama.
Yeah,
that's
that's
you didn't hear me say, hey, mom?
I did hear you say that.
Yes.
And you said mom, you didn't say mama. Like, hey, mama.
Yeah.
Because anybody could be like mama.
No.
What up, mama?
No.
Yeah, no.
I'm
mom.
definitely the other mom.
The other mom. Okay.
Yes.
That's amazing. So thank you for being here. So for those who don't know, would you mind introducing yourself to the people?
I'm Joanne Nesbitt. I am the current present. Current, present, future. Right now.
That means you got plans to maybe one day not be it.
One day I gotta get up out of here. But anyway, President and CEO of St. Jude Great Commission Community Development Corporation. We are actually came out of our church, where we wanted to do something. We had been doing something in the community for 10 years,
right?
Off, just community things, bringing, opportunities and things to our community, like a lot of churches do.
Right.
But we wanted to take it another step, another level up. So in 2016, when I left another nonprofit, took some time off, and they said, well, let's get this going. We had done some things in the community. We had been working with the neighborhood association, Highland Oaks Neighborhood Association.
Yep.
And we actually went out and we did a community assessment to see what the community was needing, particularly in Highland Oaks, because we kind of focused on Highland Oaks.
Y'all feel about Highland Oaks the way I feel about Charles Park. I get it. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
and even though, I don't physically live in Highland Oaks, but the church is in Highland Oaks. So
sure.
What we wanted to do is reach out to the community, and we did through our neighborhood association and also through the neighbors that lived in. And we did an assessment to see what was needed in the community, what was lacking, what were the gaps. And so the community came out strong, and then they told us some things that they would like to see in the community. Now you got to realize this is back in 2016.
Sure.
So we're in a different world now. But anyway, so one of the things that came to the forefront was housing and jobs, of course. So
but that's still consistent, because our D7 survey, housing and jobs are like
housing
the top
and
two.
jobs are still the top two. So we decided, what could we do? So we decided that we would just go ahead and get our 501c3 open up. I had been in the I would like to say business or nonprofit arena for 30 years. So we decided that, let's get this going. So our first venture, actually, we started out just doing homeownership education. We got some grants.
Okay. Yep.
So we we do, give out a shout out to, Wells Fargo Bank, who actually came alongside us and gave us our first grant. To do some homeownership training. So we started out that in 2016, just because our whole goal is to provide homeownership opportunities and economic, I would say financial opportunities to people that live in the CRA area. And we really wanted to focus on families. We wanted to focus on minority families, particularly our African-American families, because we've lost so much over time. We've lost homes, we lost jobs, we've lost a lot of that. So our goal was to focus on that. And particularly families. So we actually started out 2016 just doing the homeownership, education. And around 2018, the city of St. Petersburg was having a round table, and they called a lot of people together who were interested in doing homeownership opportunities. They were going to be coming up with some lots and some things that they were going to be, giving out. So we were sitting around the table, a group of us, a lot of people around the table. So we saw an opportunity that we could, jump in on there on our mission, provide some homeownership opportunities, get some of those lots from the city. So the city next to me happened to be, Mike Sutton from Habitat. And Mike was reaching out to new nonprofits at the time, not, we were new. So he said, okay, if there's a nonprofit here that would like us to, mentor them and come alongside them. And, I jumped at that opportunity.
Of course.
I am here.
Sign me up.
So anyway, so we actually collaborated in toward the end of 2018, 2019, we collaborated with Habitat and we built our first 2 homes. And that was actually a blessing for, the people that got their first 2 homes. Then in 2020, we kind of struck out on our own. We were able to get some dollars, some money, so that we can, we kind of cut that apron string.
After the mentorship was over.
The mentorship was over, we jumped out there and we started building our homes, and we built our first home on our own actually in 2019. So right now we are on house number 6, getting ready to be house number 7. And hopefully in the fall we'll be able to get some more lots from the city of St. Petersburg and build more homes.
And that's a part of the cycle that they have, that as a part of that lot disposition program.
That's a part of the lot disposition program. So we're right there. And we're
and you building, like Qiana said, y'all building nice homes. I've seen the 2 like side by side, and one of them you're doing 2 stories.
We're doing a 2-story. That was our first 2-story baby. So we're excited for that mom and her children who will be moving into that house hopefully by the end of next month. End of next month or the first part of October.
You ain't playing. You ain't playing. Because when I looked, it didn't look like when I was there. It didn't look like it was that close.
Oh, it's moving. It's moving. We got to move them in.
So look, 10 years ago, did you think that this is what you would be doing?
No. To tell you the truth, no. Not 10 years ago. We did not think that this would. Well, I was in doing something else.
Right.
Totally I was actually selling real estate. I've been in real estate for a long time, but I didn't think that our church would be doing this. But we did have a vision that we wanted to do something more. We just didn't know that it would be in the housing arena. We thought it would be more or less in maybe like a social service type thing. We thought it would be that. But it is in the housing arena, and we just started our entrepreneurship portion of it. And we want to kind of marry with housing because we believe that people should have additional income in order to maintain housing. So we do open that up where we are helping people to understand how to put their skills, their gifts, and everything in line so that they can have a home-based business. And that home-based business would augment the income that they have coming in to help them maintain home ownership.
That's what's up.
So we're excited about that too.
So can you give us an overview of the home program? I saw that it was Welcome Home.
Yes, Welcome Home means the home is home ownership made excellent.
Okay.
We don't tell you it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
But we try to make it an excellent process.
Let me pause for a second. That E on home ain't easy.
It's not
it's
easy.
Excellent, right?
We want to make it excellent.
No one said it'd be easy.
And it takes intentionality to be excellent.
Yeah. So one of the goals that we, in the excellent part is we want people to, number one, take control of the homeownership process. And that's why we do the income part of, the education part of it. Because when people are sitting before a loan officer or they're going out to find out about down payment, closing cost assistance, they need to be on the up and up themselves.
Right.
They don't need to be, wagged around, like the dog
unsure,
wags
you
the tail.
can't, sure, I don't know if I want to really tell them about this, but
that's what I'm saying. But you need to know, you need to be the one in control, because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to make the mortgage payment.
That's right. Yes. That's right.
You don't need people to come in and say this, that, and the other. You need to have that type of knowledge for yourself when you sit in front of a loan officer of what you want.
That's
you got to
right.
be the one to say what you want.
Yeah.
So hence and forth, our education portion, we want to make sure that people know what they're doing. We open the doors. Even we have what we call, we only have 4 hours that we do our education process. Okay. But we also have follow-up.
Right.
People can ask any kind of questions that they want. We try to get with loan officers that know programs and that are going to be the up and up with people. We don't want to lead people on.
And I've seen where there's certain types of loan officers or realtors that are not used to dealing with certain programs. Like they don't deal with the down payment assistance programs, or they're not familiar with how it works.
So we want to make sure that when we are, we can't tell people what lender to look at. So we look at a lot of lenders, but for our goal, we want to interview those lenders. We want to talk to them and we want to say, hey, do you know about this program? Do you know about that program? What can you do to get people in? Because also it's a cultural thing too. A lot of times when you're dealing with, just say with us,
right?
With Black folks.
Yeah, come on, for real.
It's a cultural thing. There
That's
are
right.
some things that we do that other people don't do.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'm just going to be real about it.
And vice versa.
And you need to understand how that works financially in their homes, how they do things.
Okay.
Now you need to, if somebody is not keeping money in the bank and they're keeping money on the mattress, you need to understand, oh, wow, you're keeping money under the mattress. You can't go that way.
Right.
You got to say, okay, well, you keep money on the mattress, but this is what you got to do.
Yeah. In order to move in this direction.
To move in this direction, you have to have money in the bank. You need to have money in the bank, for so long.
Right.
So we are looking for people that can talk to folks on a level.
Yeah.
Not intimidating people when you're talking about this stuff.
That's
because
true.
buying it can be intimidating.
Yeah.
It can be very, very intimidating.
Anything that's about to change your life can be intimidating.
Yeah, and it can be overwhelming.
Very,
and,
especially.
And I like what you said too about the education piece. One of the things I always say is confidence is rooted in preparation.
Yes.
And the more prepared you are when you walk in those situations, the more confident you are to be able to speak up. But if you're not prepared and you just kind of going with the flow.
We just want people to be confident. When I walk in there, because, to tell you the truth, here's the deal. We don't see a lot of minority loan officers. We really need more minority loan officers. Okay, we really, really do. We don't see a lot of minorities in specific places, like, say, for instance, when you're getting your home appraised. Surveyors, all of those people. We need to see a lot more of us there. Okay. In those specific arenas. So what we need to do, we have to be prepared when we're talking to those particular people.
That's right.
Because I keep going back to the culture of, how we do things. And I'm sure, you guys have heard about, when people get their homes appraised, they're having to take their pictures of
I
their
was
families
just,
down.
I was just really thinking
all
about
of these
that.
things like that. You know, you have to do that, and then
you really have to do that.
What you seen the documentary
it's
is
crazy.
that the family, they got it appraised. They got it for one price, then they had it reappraised, but they put a whole white film like the pictures and they got more money for the same house.
Yeah, the appraiser was higher. Yeah.
Yes, for the same.
Yeah, so all of these things,
Wow.
you know, people have to be aware of how to approach these particular things. Okay, so all of this stuff goes into making home ownership excellent. Okay,
That's a bigger problem, but so we dealing with the symptoms of it, but that was the book of the day on Monday, was just that whole color of law and how redlining and all of that stuff.
So we got a comment. So Mama Blue said, "Good morning, congratulations on helping the community." Damon say, "Please build some affordable houses, cause I just shot a commercial for a realtor company and prices are ridiculous."
Yes.
Exactly. So one of the things that we try to do, you know, building right now is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's just, you know, we have to be real. We have to keep those prices down though, so that people can afford to live in the houses.
Right.
For instance, in our program, the Welcome Home program, which because we work a lot with the city, there's caps. There's income caps. There's caps on how much we can charge for the house, how much, well, I would say this, how much a person can purchase the house for.
Okay.
So we have to build within those perimeters.
Right.
So,
right.
and so, you know,
and that can be tough, right?
It can be tough. It can be tough for the developer, but, you know, we're not trying to, you know, make all this money, although we need to stay in business and we need to go to the next house to be able to build the other houses. But we also building with affordability in mind.
Right.
So we try to keep our houses as affordable as we possibly can within those parameters of where we're working, particularly when we're working with the city's affordable lot disposition program, because there's caps there.
And then, and I've been, you know, having conversations with folks who build affordable housing or build housing, period. And they talk about the cost of building affordable housing. And I'm learning now it's not really the cost of it, it's what you can sell it for and the profit on the back end.
Yes.
That's where they're seeing the losses. And so like, in order to do this to the degree of excellence that you're doing, it's not profit driven, it's people driven.
It is not profit driven. We have to work with those contractors and subcontractors who are willing to work with us. And it's still a challenge to do that.
So because they're not working for free.
Okay, so they're not working for free. And so it really is a challenge to keep homes affordable.
Right.
So you know, we really just have to kind of say, you know, look, this is what we're trying to do in the neighborhood. This is what we're trying to do for these low to moderate income families. Can you work with us to do that?
Right.
And that's becoming more and more difficult. The cost of materials, you know, we started out building homes for less than $200,000,
right?
You know, just a few short years ago. But now it's you know, the price of homes has really risen tremendously, and sometimes it breaks your heart because we have a lot of people coming to us, but when we get them pre-qualified through the lender, they have to wait.
Okay.
But that's the other thing too. We're showing them, and that's where, you know, we're trying to say, well, you may need a little extra income coming in.
Because
Yeah.
When you're looking at the home ownership, well, before I say that, Yubi said comprehensions build confidence.
Yep.
But when you're looking at the American dream, because the American dream was to always buy your own home. And there was a point where renting was more expensive than purchasing your home if you could get it. But now it's back where it's
comparable.
It's kind of comparable.
It is. And then some people, I know people are selling their homes and going back into the rental market because it's less expensive with your homeowners associations, depending on where you're at and all this insurance and all this. And so the fact that you are giving back the American dream is, you know.
Well, we try to do that. One thing I always tell people, here's the deal. Okay. If we're looking at rent right now, and the average family is about 5 folks. You know,
Yeah, for real.
You know, we got the
they
mama.
got them AMI
we got
calculations.
the mama. We got about 5 kids, or
Yep.
4 or 5 kids.
Yep.
And so you're renting. So you need a 3 or 4 bedroom house.
Yep.
What are you going to rent a 3 or 4 bedroom house for?
I saw a sign yesterday, $2,600.
That's what I'm saying.
For a 3-1 was $2,600.
I saw 21 for a 2-1.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we're looking comparably.
Mhm.
Okay, with mortgage versus rent right now.
Right.
It used to be, no, I'm going to rent because I'm not going to buy a house because it's going to cost me so much money.
Mhm.
But right now, if you can rent for $2,600,
Oh yeah,
you can buy.
you can afford it.
And you can afford it.
Yeah,
Okay. But you got to know how to be able to afford it.
Right.
Because buying a home is different from renting a home.
Right.
There's a lot more hoops you have to jump through when you get ready to buy your home. And that's where we want to get people ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, we want people to know when you come, you need to have this X amount of money in the bank for this X amount of time.
Mhm.
You can't just be, job hopping. You got to stay on this job.
Stability.
When
That's
when
right.
you get the house now, hey,
Do what you want.
but you got to stay on this job, and you have to been on this job for so long. You know, all of these little tips and tricks.
Mhm.
I want to call them trips, but little tips
Yeah.
of home ownership that
Mhm.
you need to do so you can make it an excellent, going back to that excellency, that excellent process for it.
Mhm.
But, it's just a lot of times, when people's credit, they're looking at credit issues, they're looking at a lot of things because there's been a lot of pressure on people.
Yeah. For real.
For real.
And it's still a lot of
COVID,
pressure. Yeah.
knocked a lot of people, lost jobs, they had to start over. And it's still, it's pressure on people. People are not making a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it doesn't equate to I'm going to buy this house.
But everything costs a whole lot of money.
But everything is costing a whole lot of money.
You think $2,500, and if the calculation is like a third, so that means you got to be making $7,500 a month in order to really reasonably afford a $2,600 or $2,500 payment.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like I don't know a lot of people that's making $7,500 a month.
Who makes that? Who makes that?
It's somebody, but I just don't know a lot of them. Somebody doing it. And so that means that you're paying 40, 50%, maybe more of your paycheck is going just to housing, just to your housing.
It is going to
expenses.
housing.
Yeah.
And then food is up. Everything is up. Everything is up. So
except income.
Everything is everything going up but income.
And that's why I like what you said about the entrepreneurial piece of it, being able to show people these are ways that you can get your income up because
and I like how you're doing it. You're saying do this with.
Yeah.
Because
like don't quit your job and start your business.
Do not quit. Do not quit your job. But a side hustle can bring in quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Use your skills, your knowledge, your abilities, make it legal.
Yeah.
We're trying to show them, where zoning is. If you have your home, there's certain things that you cannot do in your home when you get your home.
Right.
But there's a lot that you can do.
That's right.
Anybody can the internet is a wonderful place right now.
The digital entrepreneurship.
Buying, selling your clothes, do whatever you want to. Don't let them clothes sit up in that closet. Them clothes are money. And then you need to be able to do that. So now if you're buying a house and your mortgage payment is $1,800, okay. And, now you can do some things to offset, that $1,800. Still be able to stay in your house comfortably, enjoying your home, but you can also do some other things. So that's what we're just trying. It's a mindset thing. We're just trying to say, you can do this. Some people like to just, that's fine. If you want to work your job and work extra hours, that's great. But if you don't want to do that, you have small children, you want to be in the home, what kind of skills you got? What can you do?
Yeah, that's right.
What's in your closet that you can sell?
That new to you. New to you is a big thing.
They will come.
That's right.
So these are some of the we call them innovative ways that we're trying to, number one, promote homeownership and then help people to maintain homeownership.
So how could the people reach you?
Okay, people can reach me. Number one, first of all, they can call the office at 727-954-5831.
Did you catch that?
Give it to us again.
727-954-5831. They can call the office. They can call me. They can now my email address is so long.
Okay, we'll get it and put it in the chat.
But you can
matter of
get
fact, I can share a link to the page,
or you can go to our website and contact us through our website, which is www. St. Jude Great Commission CDC.org.
Yep.
And then you can contact us through that. So there's a few ways that you can contact us.
And then what can people expect? So like, okay, I've called you, I made my appointment. I'm shaking in my boots, but I'm also excited because I'm on this journey. What's kind of some of the steps in the process that?
Well, one of the things once they call me, and normally what I'll do is I'll send out some information to them.
Okay.
And then if they see that they want to participate in the program, because we do have some program parameters that,
sure.
But we don't want to discourage anybody, because
right.
we're meeting people face to face. We were doing Zoom stuff. We've just resumed to meeting face to face. We set up a one-on-one consultation. They set that consultation up with me. I will meet them one-on-one. We will discuss their present situation, what they're trying to accomplish. Now, let me just backtrack that. We can't help everybody, but there are other nonprofits that can.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
If we don't have a house available and they ready right now, we do have other nonprofits that are out there. So that's when I say we don't turn anybody down.
Right.
If we're not able to help you, then we're going to find someone that we believe can help you.
It takes a community.
It does. It takes a community. And there are other people out there that are doing what we do. So we want to make sure that when folks come to us, that there are other avenues that they may be able to pursue. It may not be with us,
sure.
but they can pursue those other avenues. And we've had people that have come to us that we may not have been able to help. Maybe they've gone over to Habitat or something that Habitat has been able to help them. Or some of the other nonprofits, that we are, conferring with. So if we are not able to help you, we will try our very, very best to get someone who can help you to treat, if that home ownership is a dream for you, then we want to try to help you get that way any way we can.
Tell us a story. Tell us some of the challenges and choices that, like maybe one of the home buyers that you, like somebody that sticks out in your mind, like when they came in, what the experience was, how did it go, and how it turned out for them.
Oh, there's been we've had so many stories. One of my I guess one of my best stories is the mom that we just closed the house for.
Okay.
That you came to.
Yeah.
And that mom, single mom, actually, she's a foster mom. And, and she started out with us actually 3 years ago.
Oh, wow. Wow.
She's been with us for 3 years, and just trying to get her income right, just trying to get all of those things in place over 3 years. She didn't think she could do it.
Yeah.
She had no idea that she would be able to do this. In fact, what she started doing, she kind of says, I don't know if I can buy this house. So we paired her up with a realtor and try to find something a little bit, lower.
Yeah.
That didn't work out.
Because of the market.
Yeah.
Like trying to find a house
told
that
her, we spent some days crying. We spent some days praying. I just told her, hang in there. Because a lot of times, you have to put your life on hold.
Yeah.
You can't make too much money. You can't make too little money. You have to kind of stay there.
Because of the affordability
Because of the affordability.
Yeah.
So after
can't make big purchases because your credit and all that.
And then the sad thing about it is that when she was with us 3 years ago, the house was a lot lower. Housing was a lot lower. And so things were creeping up. And then she's coming and says, and we're trying our best. We're going to hold this house for you. We don't care what the market is saying. We're going to get this. We're going to keep this house for you at the price we promised you.
Wow.
And
that's
we
a big,
did.
That's a big commitment. That's a huge commitment.
It was a huge commitment. Believe me, it was a huge commitment. So, we have too many times. Are you sure you want to do this? And no, we made an agreement with this mom.
Mm-hmm.
We know what she can do. She's a single mom. And she's doing wonderful things by providing, homes for foster children. So we are going to stay where we are for 2 years, because she was with us 3 years. In 2 years, we kept that that down, and she was able to get her home.
Yeah,
beautiful story.
And I saw it when you talk about nice houses.
Nice.
I walked in, that thing was nice. I'm like, man, what? Look, I'm looking around like I'm still in there. It was like, okay.
Ooh.
Big rooms, big spaces, like the real countertops, like stone, not like that wood covered with that piece that they put on there that peel up when they get wet.
Right.
No, they
don't buckle.
No, it was amazing, beautiful home.
Well, one of the things is the maintenance of the homes. When a person buys a home, they've got to be able to maintain that home. We want them to feel really good about their homes when they get in. So yes, we like I said, it is not profit driven; it's people driven. So we try to
money, I can tell.
We try to give them the best home we can give them.
Yeah.
We want them to be proud of their home. We don't want it to be cookie cutter home. We want it to be a really, really nice home that they can be proud of.
Now, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, what are some of the requirements that they have to have? Is it? And they probably can find that on the website too. But you said it's income specific because you're doing affordability.
One of the things they have to, depending upon the lot, if we're working with the city, which we mostly work with the city because we can cut some of the cost
on
of
the
land out and be able to put those put the dollars back in the house.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So one of the things we on the city's website, they will have their perimeters as far as family size and how much the family can make in order to get the down payment closing cost assistance.
Right.
Which is great. We love that. So what we're saying is
how much they doing with like 60,000 now?
You can get up to $60,000
depending upon down payment assistance.
And down payment assistance. And if you're
nice.
Particularly if you're buying homes in the community, revitalization area, the CRA area, it is excellent.
Yeah.
So and it's a good area. Y'all know what's happening in the CRA.
That's District 7. What you talking about?
Y'all know what's happening.
Y'all see what's happening in District 7?
Look,
so
say it with your chest.
Y'all know what's happening with District 7.
All right now. So really they don't because we don't do our own mortgages. We are working with other mortgage companies. Most of the mortgage companies right now, your interest rate has to be somewhere around 640, 650 in order, but it can be lower. If you're going FHA, it can be lower.
Okay.
Have to have a little bit of money saved. Just say, for instance, if the house is $300,000, maybe you need to have about $3,000, 1% of that saved up. So it's not a lot that you have to do. Don't be carrying too much debt. We talk about all of this in our class. So basically, have a credit score somewhere between, I would say 620, 650.
Okay.
Have a little bit of money saved up. Be on your job at least 2 years. And
that's stability.
So basically those are, your basic things. And I tell everybody it's very basic and fundamental. Those particular things don't change.
Right.
Now, once you start wavering and doing all this new wave and new age stuff, I'm from the old school. I'm going to tell you right up front, you got to have those three things. You got to have stability in your job. You got to have a little bit of money and you got to have decent credit.
Halfway decent.
Halfway decent credit. Don't have to be great, but it has to be decent. And then if you have some few things on there, let us show you how to kind of work through that.
Okay. No, that's amazing. And again, the website, we put it in here, St. Jude Great Commission, CDC.org. It's a link in the chat. So for those who are interested, make sure that you click on that link. You can learn more about the program. And if there was a final message that you're going to stick around for us, we got a couple more.
Sure.
We got to ask Qiana and a couple other things we want to talk about. But if there was a final thought that you had or a message that you wanted to give people about home ownership and the program or anything that you're working on, what would that be?
Well, one of the final things that I want to tell people if you are determined, if you are committed to do a thing, whatever that is, and homeownership particularly, don't give up on homeownership. Don't give up on St. Petersburg. Don't give up on your communities. Don't give up on your neighborhoods. There are still great things happening here in St. Petersburg. Opportunities are there. Do your own research.
Yep.
Make sure you know your own stuff.
Yeah.
Be in control of the situation. Look and seek for people who are going to help you get there.
Right.
And that's my final. Just don't give up on homeownership. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. And there are people out there that want to help you do it. And
do
it here in St. Petersburg.
And look, and you are people.
You are people.
When, when there are people out there, you people.
You people.
Yeah.
So since you're here, we got to ask you, would you rather?
Okay. Yeah. And would you rather question? Yeah.
So the would you rather question is, would you rather be forced to live the same day for 1 year or take 3 years off your life at the end of it?
I would probably live the same day over.
You take the day. You do the same day. You do the same day. You take the chance on the day.
I'll take the same.
So the question is, yesterday. Would you want to do yesterday?
365 more times
for a whole year.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Yesterday.
So long ago.
I gotta see what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff went on.
A lot of stuff went on. Yeah.
I would say yes.
You take.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I would
good.
take yesterday.
That means you living a pretty good life.
Yesterday was a pretty good day.
Yeah, if you could take that one. Because look, I said I'd take my chance with the 3 years on the back end.
And I said
give me the variety, and then let me take my chances with the 3 years. On the
so much stuff is happening. I don't know what's going to happen 3 years.
That's true.
That is so true.
You can put it all together.
Wait a minute, I knew what happened yesterday.
Okay. That's a consideration. That is I know what happened yesterday.
I knew it.
So I can take that. Don't know what's going to happen with them 3 years.
Because I made it past yesterday.
Yeah, because who knows when them 3 years will be cashed in.
Right.
No.
Like today might be the day. Like, okay.
So I really like that.
That's true. I know what happened yesterday.
I know what happened. I know I made it.
That's a great
I know I made it.
Yeah,
that's a great perspective. So let's talk about this PSTA thing, and then we'll do Ask Qiana, and then we're gonna get out of here, y'all. Y'all still around? Y'all listen to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So y'all tune in, perk up. So the PSTA, Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority, they're basically poised to abandon its commitment to accessibility by considering the introduction of fares on the Sunrunner Rapid Bus route. This route was originally designed to be free. It might now be putting passengers, having passengers pay fees due to pressure from the Pinellas County Sheriff, Bob Gualtieri, and a segment of St. Pete Beach residents. Their outcry, you may be asking, the service has attracted homeless individuals portrayed by some as troublesome and potentially violent. Basically, they're saying that because the Sunrunner is free and it's taking you all the way to the beach,
not people going to the beach.
They're seeing more homeless people at the beach.
And they don't like it. And it's like, there's nothing we could do. They're not So this is, I'm listening to them, right? And they say they're not breaking any laws. So all we could do is pester them.
They said that the one thing that they're doing, of course, is being seen, which is not a crime.
Right.
And then they're saying some people are panhandling the tourists. And so.
No, I'm talking about the business owners say all they can do is pester the homeless. Like, what are you doing here? Are you supposed to be here?
Because they're not affecting the businesses at all. They just don't want to see homeless people
that's it.
Around their businesses. So they're just saying, horrible.
And so what I saw is that they're thinking about keeping half of it free, but then charging 50 cents to go to the beach. And nor can you give them cash. It has to be downloaded on the app where you have to then discrimination to its finest.
Yeah.
If you ever look at, because what if I decided I didn't want to take a shower and I went down there? Right. You don't know my background.
Wow.
And in this city, it's for all of us. So why can't I enjoy the beach? What if I never got to go to the beach because I couldn't afford it, but now the Sunrunner goes down there and I wanted to go out there and hang out at the beach.
Yep.
What if I wanted to walk down Gulf Boulevard or whatever, just because that was my dream. And now you're telling me because I'm not dressed properly for you, because that's really what it is.
Yeah, because how can you look at a person and say, oh, that person's homeless?
Yeah, so it's because I'm not dressed properly for you, or I'm not doing what you wanted me to do. It's kind of like the pretty woman thing. I walk in the store, you don't want to service me, and then I come at big mistake.
Right.
Can I ask a question? So the Sunrunner, is this county driven or
so it's Pinellas, it's county and city. So
county and city.
Yes.
Okay.
But the city of St. Pete, actually Mayor Welch put in his budget proposal to buy out some of the fares to keep it free, because it's basically taking you from downtown St. Pete all the way to St. Pete Beach. And so you created this lane for people. If you work on the beach, now you can get to the beach. It's bus rapid transit, so you can move faster. You don't have to wait. I think it's like 15 minutes
every
in between,
15 minutes until
stops.
it get later. Then I think it expand to 30. I think so, but like it's 15 minutes, and then you can get to St. Pete Beach, and then once you get there, there's another bus that'll take you up to Clearwater.
Okay. Yeah. But that's the other part of it. So it's just like, how do you balance, providing public transit that's necessary and needed for people who don't have cars, don't have the ability to really move around, or just don't have a desire to own a car. We're talking about the price of things. You think about gas, car insurance, car payments, all of the stuff that goes with owning a vehicle. This is an option for people.
So now if I work on the beach, I got to pay 50 cents.
That's the proposal now.
Yeah, you will. If you're taking,
but I was going there for free.
Yeah, I'm going there for free.
Now I have to pay 50 cents.
Yeah,
and you can't.
Or I would have to pay.
You would possibly have to pay. That's the proposal, and you cannot pay cash, so you couldn't have 2 quarters.
Yeah. And I mean, 50 cents ain't a lot of money, but when you look at all of the barriers that are in place,
you know what I mean? Just think about.
Yep.
And this is
Yubi says, who determines what homelessness looks like?
That's what we keep on like.
Yeah.
And this is the equality and all the stuff that DeSantis don't want.
Because my question was, how do they know these people are homeless?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
What if I decided I just want to put on
nothing? I want to just go kind of. I don't want to do it today.
I just want to go out there.
I know people that's not homeless.
Look at me and say, "Oh, she's homeless.
Yep.
So she shouldn't be.
She shouldn't be here." Yeah.
And listen, I know people that's not homeless that just don't want to take a bath. Now, I may not agree with it, but
you may not. I do not.
Okay.
But that's another topic. But yeah, it was like a real tense and a contentious meeting because again, it's Sheriff Galtieri is the one that's like pushing this. Because they're saying that they're finding more calls for service, but it's not real, actual like violent crimes or anything. It's just
maybe lording, people just walking,
people
out,
just hanging out,
being around.
Yeah, they don't want you there.
Jab said the sheriff's still harassing Black folks on the beach. Remember the 2,200 in tickets, and they suspended my license.
Oh wow, yeah, Jab used to work out there. Yeah, he used to work out there on the beach.
Because he was working at Tradewind.
Yeah, before the pandemic.
Yeah,
he was out there. And so, it's unfortunate what they're doing. Again, talking about the St. Pete Beach residents, Pinellas County Galtieri, he complained about homeless individuals using the service, citing concerns about disturbances. Due to the pressure from residents, residents and law enforcement, there's a move to impose fares to deter homeless riders from using the Sunrunner. Introducing fares could also be perceived as an attempt to criminalize homelessness, and it might disproportionately affect those already facing different challenges. And then it just brings up equity concerns where, charging fares might undermine the accessibility and affordability of public transportation that is supposed to offer members of the community who, that was the whole point of buying out the fares to keep it free.
Because it was supposed to start and then they extended it to keep it free to at least October. It was October.
Yep. So now they're trying to close that window and say, no.
You're almost to October anyway.
So who do we, if people are concerned about this, who do we reach out to?
They're having a meeting today, isn't it?
I've got to look at the date, but it's the Pinellas County Commission.
I think it's today.
Pinellas County Commissioners, Renee Flowers has been a champion for the people on this one, and the PSTA board. So you can go to PSTA, I think it's PSTA.org, and you can get the information about what they're proposing, and you can also send emails to let them know your position and your stance on, what you think should be done in that. But yeah, it's just
like you say, who say they're not from the beach?
Yeah. who say they from somewhere else?
Right, because they could be. You just
Yes.
talking about we never had these people before.
and they hate the Sunrunner for bringing these people. Who are these people to their doors? So yeah. All right, you ready for Ask Qiana?
Yeah, let's run it. Doom, doom, doom,
This one is a trip.
It's brought to you by.
This Ask Qiana segment is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op. So you can take control of your with the One Community Grocery Co-op, our community-owned retail grocery store. Join us as an owner and help us to build a thriving store that meets the community needs for fresh, healthy, nutritious foods. Your ownership makes a difference. You can learn more by visiting the website ocgc.coop. That's ocgc.coop to learn more, or you can attend an event to be a part of a healthier future. Again, this is the Ask Qiana segment.
And if you like that, just like the Barbershop Book Club and the Grocery Co-op, you can sponsor your own segment here.
That's right.
On the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Believe that.
All right, go ahead.
Dear Qiana. Whew.
Oh, God. When you say... So yeah, go ahead. My heart is like, what's about to come out?
I hope this message finds you well. I'm currently facing a complex and emotionally charging situation, and I could really use your insight and support. I'm a young woman who's been struggling to manage my rent and other bills. I recently shared my situation with an older man that I've known for a while, and he offered to help me financially. However, his assistance come with certain expectations of favors, and it caught me totally off guard. I'm trying to avoid homelessness and really can use the help, but I'm feeling conflicted and unsure about what to do. While I'm in desperate need of financial relief, I'm deeply uncomfortable with the idea of compromising my value and my body for assistance. It's a decision that's weighing heavily on my mind because I'm struggling, and I want to find a path that maintains my dignity and well-being. I understand that there might not be a straightforward answer, but I'm reaching out to you for guidance on how to navigate this difficult situation. Are there alternative options available for me to secure financial support? How can I ensure that I'm making the right choice for myself without sacrificing my self-respect? Your advice would mean a lot to me during these challenging times. Thank you for taking time to read this and any insights you might be able to offer.
This is set it off situation. Like Jada Pinkett.
It sounds like it.
All right. So Jada Pinkett went, if y'all ain't watched Set It Off.
Nate, I'm in a bind.
Right. And Nate say, okay.
I'll get you out of that bind.
Right. And then she go.
That's what now you see what the
yeah, so I'm gonna tell you just jab. So I'm gonna say don't do it. Like if it's something you don't want to do, don't do it. You gotta have faith.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
And there's so many other opportunities and ways to be creative.
Right.
When it comes to like making money, you really like, Ma just said on here, like, figure out your talents.
Yeah.
People are out here really doing stuff. So here you go. I say Uber. I Uber on the side.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you have good license, you can Uber to make money. If you can bake, start baking. Social media, people will buy if they see it,
Sell
right?
some stuff.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Just not your body, girl.
You don't have,
girl, you don't got to do that.
You don't have to say about. There's different classes that you can take that are free, that you can get certificates that can help you to expand, where you can make money. Now here you go. You're in a bind and you need your rent paid. You hate to put yourself in that. Like, you don't want to put your body out there. If you own a car, maybe you can get a title loan. If your credit is not good enough for you to get a personal loan by yourself, so that will give you some relief.
Yeah.
Go talk to your church.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that is the community base. They can help you. Urban League. There's a call for
JWB. We've been talking about that too. So JWB,
and we put all of this on there earlier this yesterday, Monday. About different services that you can do. But I'm gonna tell you, the hardest thing is is that you have to grind.
Yeah.
You can't sit down and be like twiddle your fingers and trying to figure out. Like once you find out that hustle, you got to do the hustle.
Yeah.
So you get off from your 9 to 5, then you start your other grind to get this money. It ain't no stopping until you get what you want. If you don't want no handouts and you're not trying to give up your body, because giving up your body is the easy way. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But she got to stand up to that man.
She
There
do.
you go.
She
That's-
got to stand up to that man.
And honestly,
Qiana.
she
Come
do.
on
No, I'm
now.
just saying,
Yeah.
Cause sometimes people will push you and they'll say they'll push their limits.
That's true.
But she got to stand up to that man.
He
That's
do.
true.
And
She
if
do.
that man,
Talk
that
to me.
man, cares about her like he claims he does.
Yeah.
She can stand to that. She can stand up to that.
Then
man.
he'll respect her boundaries.
He's gonna respect her boundaries.
The fact that he already made that move show that he don't really respect her boundaries.
That's
So she
why
have to reestablish her boundaries.
Right.
Yeah,
She got
To
to
be
she got
honest,
to reestablish when she first came into that relationship what was happening. She got to stand up
So
to that man.
right here is for me. I would discontinue.
Okay.
Like I would disconnect.
Like that relationship is over.
That
Or that
relationship
relationship,
is over with at this point
Yeah.
because I feel like if you're saying that you care about me, and this is why I didn't go into that and I didn't even give that an option, because even if you stand up to him and he respected at this point, he still already have conditions for his money. And so what will happen is he may not expect it today or tomorrow, but down the line, he's gonna still try to push that boundary because he threw out there what he wanted, and then you threw out there your terms, and then you still took it knowing
Yeah, so
that's why I say
don't
I
take
wouldn't.
nothing from her. Yeah.
That's what
That
I
would
wouldn't
be her exit then.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
an
yeah.
exit.
That's her exit.
Yeah, because that's why I didn't entertain that part of it, because she said she's uncomfortable and she didn't want to. That ain't nobody she's interested in, and any of that right there. That is not even an option for you to take that money.
Yeah, and then the fact that it says that I recently shared my situation with it, so it's like you have some type of relationship where you comfortable talking to this man about your issues and your
She
problems.
knew. No, do you want me to tell you what it is? Is she know he had the money?
Okay.
And she also knew that he was interested in her.
Okay.
So this is like, let's call a spade a spade.
Okay.
So you don't go and just randomly kind of just when you're telling. Sometimes
you talking to
kind of
people.
relationship
For you to be able to
there.
confide in a person and be like, man, I'm kind of.
So as a woman, you know who attracted to you, and you know who's willing to give it that. You know what I mean?
Who attracted and why?
And right. And so
and why? That's the why is very important.
What she was hoping is that he wasn't gonna ask for it.
Just that he would just offer,
and he was so smitten with her. Her presence would be enough for him.
Well, you done just pull that string all the way out, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, no. This is when you go, because she's thinking he was so smitten that he would just give her the money to help out, and then, you're such a good person, I'll just give you my money. And I'll help you out.
But he's saying it comes with some conditions.
It comes with some conditions.
It said
so
expectation of certain favors.
Right.
But she said she was caught off guard, though. She wasn't
caught off guard. No, she right. She wasn't caught off guard.
She right. She knew that.
She right.
She knew.
She's right.
Yeah. She was just caught off. So the caught off guard part was that he actually said it out loud.
Okay.
She knew that he was attracted to. You're not asking a man that's not attracted to you.
It says she just shared the situation, Qiana. Like she's just talking, man. Look, I'm kind of struggling,
Brother John.
Okay.
I'm a woman.
There are certain things we know.
That's why it's called Ask Qiana.
Ask Qiana.
Don't ask Brother
John.
There
are certain things we know.
You know. You kind of know who you can kind of like. Okay, I can go over there. He ain't gonna, you know what I mean? I could get something right now, and he ain't gonna say nothing. Like he don't really get, because she felt like he was so smitten.
Yeah.
And you know what? What happened is he's probably given her money before.
Okay.
Like did little small stuff and never asked for nothing. But to help you on a consistent basis to get you, that's a partnership. Yeah. If somebody comes in, you're in a who's helping me with my bills on a consistent basis is my partner, my boyfriend, my significant other. This ain't just my homeboy. Don't we call them sugar daddies? And sugar daddies want some sugar baby.
Okay, there you have it. There you have it, folks. So the takeaways is,
wow.
Here's the key takeaways. Don't do it, sis. You don't have to compromise your body or your principles.
No.
Uber is an option. Find you a good side hustle. Get with Miss Joanne because they got programs that talk about entrepreneurship.
We're gonna show you what to do, girl.
Look, there's DoorDash, it's Instacart. You can go serve. You can go serve at the restaurants. Like you can be a waitress. You can be a bartender. You can be a runner. You can. There's good ways. The service industry, like as far as like waitressing, like people sleep on it. There's good money in there that you could go in there and get the tips in to be able to offset.
Yes.
And if you do need emergency assistance, JWB Family Services Initiative, they help with electric, water, gas bills, and other basic needs. You can call them at 727-888-HELP, 727-888-HELP. Daystar, they also provide that type of assistance. That's the location right there on 28th Street across from Wildwood. And then the Pinellas Opportunity Council is another place that helps with electric and gas, water. They also help with rent and mortgage, but they're not able to help with deposits. And you can give them a call at 727-822-4492. But it's help out here, then you don't have to take that route.
No, you don't.
All right, final thoughts.
Got anything to say?
No, you don't want. Yeah, I'm gonna let you do it.
What's your final thoughts?
What's your final thoughts?
I say it's more that needs to be done than needs to be said. We got a lot of community events, so go to the St. Pete Community Calendar on Facebook. You can tap in there. The meeting on the 28th, which is next Monday, we'll talk about that on Friday. But we're looking forward to seeing those who are interested in helping with the 49th Street Business District. The New Deal reunion, a lot of good stuff cooking, man. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. If you haven't taken the survey, go to d7speaks.com, take the survey, and then we put the link in for the St. Jude Great Commission CDC. Please tap in. They have a wonderful program, a lot of great things. I want to thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Listen, if you're looking for something to do tonight, Urban Drinkery, go support Siobhan Monet, so that she can get this concert. So vote for her. If you haven't purchased your ticket for Sing Puff and Paint, tickets are still available. Okay. If you put in the code Virgo, you get $10 off.
There you have it.
There you go. So be the change you want to be or see. Write down those 5 things that made you giggle, smile, laugh, feel good for the day, and just appreciate life.
And this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
We out.